Does getting arrested go on your record in Washington State? Now, that is a question that we get all the time, and it's a very confusing question. And if you're interested in that, if you've been arrested and you're worried, if you just want to know about that area of the law, this is the video for you. My name is Lance Fryrear. I'm a criminal defense attorney in Linwood, Washington, and we've been defending people all throughout Washington State for more than 20 years. And this is a very common question that we get. And so in this video, I'm going to cover three things. What is it that is really meant by record? People always ask, will it be on my record? And I'm going to cover sort of what record means officially and what it means unofficially and what that might mean to you. Number two, what are the circumstances where you can get an arrest off of your record, whatever part of your record it might show up on. And finally, number three, how it really practically affects people's lives from what we've seen in our practice. So I've been putting out informational videos for quite a while now, just because there's not a lot of general information out there for the public. And so if you found this video helpful, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps get more people the information they need. So now I'm just going to jump right into it. Will an arrest go on my record? Number one, what do we mean by record? So your official criminal record in this state is maintained by the Washington State Patrol. And their official criminal history, you can access yourself by basically searching the word watch and like wristwatch and WSP, Washington State Patrol. Watch stands for Washington Access to Criminal History. So that's your official record. And the answer is yes, an arrest where you're fingerprinted will go on that official record. Now, it's not going to show a conviction. It's going to show basically what you were arrested for. Let's say DUI. It might say no disposition if the case isn't resolved yet. But if you're fingerprinted, that arrest is going to go on your record. Now, let's say that you get stopped for a theft or something like that, and a cop shows up and gives you a ticket for it. Well, that was also an arrest. That's not going to show up on your official criminal history because you were not booked and fingerprinted. And so when us attorneys hear record, we think about your official criminal history with the Washington State Patrol. Now, the problem is, even in that theft example, there are private companies, lots of them, that collect and sell data. And those are technically records, right, of stuff that's happened. It's not your record, but it's stuff that employers and other people can find. And so in the case of that theft charge where your fingerprints are not taken and therefore it's not on your official criminal record, some other type of private businesses are going to suck up that data from the court and sell it. It might be identity.com. There's lots of background check information. So it's not going to happen instantaneously. But in our experience, your official criminal record would not have the arrest where you're not booked, but some private agencies might. And so that's why it's sort of complicated situation. Most important thing, though, an arrest will not show as a conviction, and that's what most employers care about is convictions. So number two, which I said I would cover here, is what do you do about getting an arrest off of your record? And so I'm going to put out a whole nother video on that, but the short version is people say the word expunge, and that's the most common thing people think. How do I expunge my record of an arrest? And again, I'm just talking arrests, not convictions here. So there's a form you can get from the State Patrol, and I'm going to link to it in the description of this video. It's basically called something along the lines of deletion of non-conviction data. So if you get arrested, in some instances, after a period of time, you can send in a form with your fingerprints on it and a witness signature and the information about the arrest, and then the State Patrol, in many cases, will delete that arrest record, so it's nothing on your official criminal record at that point, at least regarding that arrest. And it changes, the rules change, and so take a look at the form in the link. But right now, in April 2021, if you get arrested and a charge is never filed, it takes 3 years from the arrest date to get that arrest deleted from your official criminal record. 3 years from the arrest date if no charges are ever filed. If charges are filed and you get what I call a clean dismissal, the case is dismissed, not with a stipulated order of continuance or a deferred sentence, but a clean dismissal, then it takes 2 years from the dismissal date to ask the state patrol to delete your arrest record. So you went into court, you did some things, and the prosecutor moved to dismiss it. 2 years later, if you've had no other crimes, always you need to have no other crimes, you can request to have that record deleted, and it doesn't cost anything. And in fact, you can just use the link right here in the description, print that out, fill it out, and send it in. Okay, the worst they can say is no. And so moving on to the third thing I wanted to cover here is how do arrests that end up on people's records practically affect their lives? That's the question. Is it going to hurt me or not? And in the most cases that we see, clients are really worried about an arrest. In most cases, it doesn't have a practical effect on them. There are some exceptions, but an arrest is not a conviction. Basically, if you're looking for a job, by the time an employer typically does a background check, they've already made a decision to hire, and they're looking for a reason to hire. And so most major corporations will sort of have a pass-fail, and usually an arrest is not a fail. Now, there are sensitive positions. If you're working in home health care, things like that, an arrest can make a difference. If the Department of Health has to license you for in-home health care, it could make a difference. We don't often see it hurt other professions, nurses, doctors, things like that. But an arrest typically is not as bad as you think it is. But if you've been arrested, you might be charged with a crime. So you definitely want to reach out to an attorney and talk to an experienced attorney about trying to get you the help you need. So I hope you found this video helpful. If so, please like, please subscribe, and more importantly, if you need some help with the criminal law, give us a call. Again, my name's Lance Fryrear. I have a law firm in Linwood where I've been defending people charged with crimes for more than 20 years. If you have a question, if you're in some type of trouble, give us a call. If we think we can help, we'll set you an appointment. We'll talk about what happened, and we'll be there for you. Thank you.